All right, how is everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well in this new year of 2022. I'm honestly from the deepest bottom of my heart want to thank everyone who tuned in to episode 1 and episode 2 of wait for it, the Retro Bros podcast. Let's get a round of applause for that. So we are back, me and the main man with the plan, your YouTuber's favorite girlfriend. It can only be GQ Jamal. We're back on this episode. And on the third episode, we are going to be talking again, going back to our childhood as we grew up, and the type of shows we were watching, from like the, early teens to late teens, So we discuss and we talk about like the so-called like the music channels, So we're talking from MTV, VH1, we talk about like BET. And as we mention these channels, we also talk about like our favorite TV shows, whether it be like MTV Punk'd, MTV Cribs, Wild and Out. And then even when you move on to the award shows, such as the movie awards, the music awards, obviously on BET, you got the 106 Park, So you would definitely like for episode, So definitely, if you want to reach out to even me and GQ Jamal, our social media links are below the podcast, so you'll see in the details. It could be the best way you want to get in touch with me and my boy, So with that being said, episode 3, let's get it on the way. Shoo! Yes. All right, folks. It's the Retro Brothers podcast. Yes. All right, just gotta give a round of applause.
I want to start off by saying I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
All you motherfuckers. You think you could do this to me?
Jake.
Oh,
that's
24
how I'm starting off the episode.
Well, yes, folks. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is enjoying 2022. We are now in our second week, 2022, and that means we're on a roll. We've done episode 1 of the Retro Brothers, talking about the behind the scenes of like what goes into creating content on a regular basis. You heard that from me and GQ. And on the second episode, we did a nice, discussion on the house party and kid and play hip hop, series, so that was really fantastic, man. Really enjoyed.
That was a great episode.
I swear, man. Honestly, it brings back so much nostalgia, talking about like back in the peak time of when music and hip hop was at its highest. So that was great, but just a shout out. I should have done this before, but I'm just so hyped up, with the podcast. GQ Jamal and Chris are back at it again. GQ Jamal, how are you doing today?
Man, I am good, my brother. I am good.
Awesome.
Happy Sunday. It's going on the 3rd week of January 2022. We are episode 3 of the podcast, man. Doing numbers, putting that work.
Exactly, man.
Not only that, then we both have our channels. We both have our reviews.
Yeah, exactly.
I just put 2 reviews this year. So this year is going pretty well.
Yeah. I think
How about yourself?
I think what's so good is like we carried that momentum, from when we first started doing them. We just stayed consistent, and it's led to now the podcast. So yeah, man. Like you, I got my reviews. I've already like finished recording some, and they're gonna be coming out in this next week. So it's stay tuned, man.
That's what's up, man. Yes, stay tuned, man.
Stay tuned.
The reviews are coming out.
They're coming out.
Then we got the podcast.
Yes, man. Every Fridays, 8 a.m. The podcast is in full effect.
Yes, in full effect. Spotify official.
Crucial anchor of music. But yes, folks. So, folks, for this episode, third episode, we've decided for this one, we want to talk about a bit of like the shows, so like kind of like the award shows and even the channels, MTV, who, you'd have to be living under a rock to not know what MTV is.
Right.
You know what I mean? How big like the MTV generation was, how huge it was like in the 80s,
right,
90s, So we're going to talk about that, how it led to the music videos, how it led to some of the exclusive TV shows, like, Pimp My Ride, Celebrity Deathmatch, MTV Cribs.
Damn straight. X to the exhibit.
X to the exhibit, yeah. We're going to cover all of these, on this episode,
all the channels.
All the channels. So MTV, VH1, MTV. There was an MTV2, as well. There was some
MTV2.
Yeah. That was like this.
But VH1.
BT, VH1, all of this. So, all right, to start off, GQ, like, especially like growing up, in Iowa, like, how was it? Yeah, how was it like? Shout out to Iowa, man. Shout out. Rich is gonna make appearance soon, man.
Iowa,
yes. Man. But how was the MTV? Like when you first got introduced to like MTV, VH1, BET, like when was that time for you? Watching these channels.
So off with MTV. You was either watching MTV or BET,
right?
So it was like neck and neck,
right?
I pretty much watched more BET than MTV, but it was like equal. But I was out since MTV was first. I watched it first time I watched MTV elementary school.
Right.
At the time, at my era, like in my generation, you had Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
You had TRL when they played the top 10 music videos. This is at a time, Rich, when MTV, all channels were playing music videos like back to back. Like,
yes. Yeah. No doubt.
For this generation, MTV played music videos like 24 hours a day, or maybe 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because I know if you flip on MTV now, they play 23 hours of ridiculousness. Don't get me wrong, I love ridiculousness. But now,
it's the reality TV. The reality TV that's now. Yeah.
Play music videos.
Yeah. I remember, man. Like probably similar, same age, like it's you. I was really into like that boom of like the TV shows and then the music videos.
Right.
Hand in hand. We were watching Celebrity Deathmatch, MTV Cribs.
MTV Cribs.
Yeah. I used to love watching that. And then like you had the music video. At the time when I was introduced to MTV, like Usher was this big sensation. He was everywhere. Usher Raymond, Justin Timberlake was a bit before.
Britney
Spears. Oops, I did it again.
So now that's what I call music volume 2.
So they were all there. Britney Spears, Ashanti, Ashanti, Ja Rule, 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Enrique is one I used to listen to. Enrique Iglesias, Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin. I'm getting a shout out to them. But there was this living the vida loca. I know what that means now.
One,
Crazy Life.
Mamba Jumbo number 5. Remember that?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit of Peter in my life. Yo,
it was
MTV.
MTV was the place to be. Just had a collection of all these music superstars, these music artists, all at one time. So as you saying, like 24 hours, you would see like each music video, and the music videos meant something before, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
music videos was just something to look at.
Yes.
Like every genre.
Yeah. Whether it be like hip hop, like rock, just like the pop music,
Yeah,
there's just a lot of work, lot of work got put into making the music videos like at its best quality,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Then not only music videos, MTV had its shows like the Real World. Like my sister was really into the Real
Oh,
World.
right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
that was like a must watch on TV to watch.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Real World. When I was in high school, of course, you said Pimp My Ride,
Yeah.
MTV Cribs, Wildin' Out, like the
Wildin',
OG Wildin' Out.
how did I forget about Wildin' Out, man?
Yeah, the
The
OG
Cannon.
Wildin' Out. Then, do you remember Your Mama?
I
The show
remember,
Your Mama?
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
the insults, the
the
dissing
Mama
match.
Joe.
Yeah, yeah. Your mom was so fat. No, no, no. So, your mom so
Uh,
bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great fat
then, do you
memories.
remember Next?
I
The
don't
show
remember.
Next?
No, no. The other show I remember was Fear Factor. I think that was on.
Yes,
You
Fear
remember that
Factor.
shit
Yes.
with Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan back in
Yes,
the day
Fear
when he had
Factor was that
hair.
show, man. Fear Factor,
Fear
Next,
Factor was the one,
what
man.
else? Parental Control,
Yes, yes.
all those type of shows.
Even later, a series came out. I was watching with Catfish. I think this was later though. This is like maybe 26. Yeah, Catfish.
Yeah, in the 2010s,
Oh,
Catfish.
it's so big. So like, yeah, there was a variety. There was so many
Oh,
different.
we cannot forget Making the Band.
It's so funny. Chappelle, as the genius comedian he is, he did parodies of Making Bad, The Real World,
Yes, yes.
and also what was the other one? Making the Bad, Real World, and was it Cribs? He did MTV Cribs.
MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
And he also did no, that's probably a different channel, but Wife Swap.
Why? Yes. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
With the
but
suit too.
yeah,
Yeah. Chappelle
those
was
three were genius.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, those parodies were genius. But everyone used to watch them, so they could even find so much humor watching the Chappelle parodies of like all the shows. Oh my gosh! But like, with that being, with like MTV. So of the channels, GQ, there was MTV. I know there was MTV2, VH1, and I believe there was even a VH plus one. They had plus one channels. Like if
Yeah.
you missed one, you could watch it on a replay. Now, what was your what was your favorite of the shows you mentioned? What was like? Let's say first, what was your like favorite music artist when you first start watching MTV?
From
Yeah,
the okay, so
yeah, yeah,
when I watch MTV, my go-to show, like for like music wise, was either TRL or Direct Effect.
the red the fade. Right, right, right.
When they played all like hip hop and R&B videos, mainly hip
Yes,
hop. So,
exactly. Yeah,
so my favorite artist back then was I really like Jay-Z,
yeah.
Ludacris,
Ludacris.
DMX.
Jadakiss was even quite big.
Yeah, Jadakiss,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fabulous,
Fabulous, yeah. Nelly, you gotta
Fabulous.
shout out Nelly.
Oh yeah,
Nelly as well,
Nelly.
of
Yeah,
course.
Nellyville. Hey,
Yeah.
Nellyville was
I,
Nellyville's a classic.
I love Nelly's like it's really like them
Yeah,
turn up,
Nellyville. No,
Nellyville.
not Nellyville. I'm sorry. Country Grammar. Yeah,
Right,
Country Grammar's a classic, man.
right.
Like I remember listening to Country Grammar on the radio.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And yeah, either Country Grammar, EI, and Ride With Me. Those were the three
Oh,
songs
right,
that I like heard on the
right.
radio.
I love Ride With Me. That's one of like even
Yes.
the video, when he's on his motorcycle and he's just driving in the
Yes.
desert. It's so dope. I love that
Nelly
shit.
really took over the early 2000s, man.
Yes, yes. Nelly
Then
was
when he
definitely.
dropped like Hot in Here, when he dropped
Oh,
Hot in Here,
high
that
in
was
here,
okay. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
That video.
At that time, that was playing on pretty much every radio station. Even if you went to like the nightclub with your friends on Friday, they would always play Nelly's "Hot in Here." Like always, I remember.
Yeah, my sister, she had the Nellyville album, and she always played it in her car.
Okay,
like Hot in Here. Hot in Here was that song in 2002. I love the beat. Yeah,
yes.
the Pharrell produced that song. Yeah, it's a timeless record,
man. And you just mentioned a number one who was very big at that time, still is, was Pharrell. You know, with his band,
Pharrell, the Neptunes.
Oh my gosh, man! He was collabing with everyone. He was collabing with everyone.
Yeah, it was either
it
was either Pharrell or
Timbaland.
That like you would hear on the radio. Like you would know what a Timbaland beat is. You would know what a Pharrell beat is.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciate about like the whole 90s and 2000s like era of music, because each producer had their own distinct sound.
Yes. They were all in their own lane. You know, you know, there's times when you said Timbaland, like I first was introduced to Timbaland was in the Missy Elliott video. Yeah. First one.
Since you said Missy, man, let's talk about Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, and Ludacris videos.
Oh man,
those three had the most creative videos.
Very creative videos.
Yeah, those three.
Yeah, when you think of like
Missy Elliott's "Get Your Freak On."
I love that. I love also the other one. I Can't Stand the Rain, Superfly. I love that when she has the balloon. Yeah, she has that like inflatable costume.
Yes.
I can't stand the rain. The Superfly.
I have a TikTok video of how 90s videos used to look like.
Yes, yeah. Oh my god.
Oh man, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Busta Rhymes, man. Busta Rhymes had There's one Busta Rhymes video I could not watch as a kid.
Right.
And you guys know what I'm talking about was Give Me Some Mo. I could not watch that video as a kid. That video scared me as a kid.
Yeah.
It started off like a Looney Tunes type of like style video. Yeah. And once he turned into that monster, I was like, nope.
This is not for me.
Switch.
I got my remote.
Like, no, that was one video I would not watch. Even as an adult, I would not watch that.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Memories.
It still gives me like fright. Like gives me frights from that time.
Everyone had that one music video they could not watch as a kid.
Yeah.
They gave you like.
The one that comes to mind is also Busta Rhymes and Pharrell. It's "Ooh Babe, Light Your Ass on Fire." You know when Pharrell's looking through the fence. Do you remember that? I don't know if that's the name of the track.
I have to go back and watch it, bro.
I'll go watch it, but it's Busta, Pharrell. I forgot the other artist, but like, yeah, like if anyone like listens to the track, they know, man. Like, check it out on YouTube. But yeah, I was too young to be watching that video. I'm just going to keep it real, like, oh my gosh, but definitely, but like with that, like, so, you talked about like, Busta Rhymes, and you also said like, Ludacris and Missy Elliott had those, they were the most creative. What did you think with like, because here was an interesting thing, GQ, like there was that time when you saw like, P. Diddy and Biggie. Now, P. Diddy and Biggie, especially more Sean Cole's Diddy, and also Jay-Z, and he was with Dame Dash. And, they had those kind of similar videos like More Money, More Problems and Sunshine by Jay-Z. What did you think of those kind of like, I don't know the name to describe it, but it was like a very like, their
music videos was like more like a movie.
Yeah. Those one. Hey,
Like,
even Mace. Do you remember Mace? Like, feels
oh
so
yeah,
good. Where somebody like, I
yeah.
wish I could. You know.
Can't nobody stop me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got to keep on moving.
Moving.
Yeah, Mace.
Mace.
Mace was that guy back then.
Oh man.
But to go back to your question, to answer your question,
Mm.
what did I think about them? Oh man, it wasn't really seen in that hip hop. Um, in hip hop, it wasn't really seen in that time
Mm.
because these artists was like dropping music videos like movies.
Exactly. You know, they were like these
Like
still. Yeah.
Biggie's Hypnotized was like a movie.
Yeah.
And for all you Biggie fans, I'm probably gonna get hate when I say this. I think Hypnotized wasn't the best Biggie song. That was like the
No.
most
Overrated.
overrated song.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hypnotized. Correct
Hypnotized.
me if I'm wrong, G. Hypnotized was the one with Terrence Howard and Ashanti, or was that the? I may be confusing those two.
Hypnotized. We're talking about Biggie, right?
I'm Biggie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
Hypnotize is Biggie,
Biggie,
can't
Biggie.
you see?
Oh,
Oh, you talking about the music video?
I'm talking the music video. There was one with
Oh, my
Terrence
bad,
Howard.
bro. My bad.
Yeah, there was one with
No,
yeah.
Hypnotize is the music video is where they on that speedboat.
Just remembered it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
my
Sorry,
bad.
man. I
Yeah,
was
they're on.
confusing
Yeah, him
Ashanti. I
and
was confusing Ashanti with
yeah. Oh, you talking about Foolish? Yeah,
that's
yeah,
foolish. Oh my god, shout out to
yeah.
foolish. What's it got to do? Yeah, don't call me waiting. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I used again. That was one that was playing over and over, like
Oh
on loop
yeah,
on MTV. So I was like, man, I thought it was that, man. But I agree. I'm thinking with Biggie, for my favorite one is Get Money. You know, and
yeah,
I'm not just saying that because I'm the
yeah,
rich man.
yeah.
I'm saying that.
No, no, nah,
That's my favorite
no.
with
Like people
yeah.
say that song is like the best like Biggie song, like mainstream song. I'm like, no, I don't care for Hypnotize like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He had better like
Yeah,
mainstream songs.
yeah,
Like I prefer More Money, More Problems over Hypnotize.
exactly. Yeah, that was one. I was always More Money, More Problems came on, and even Sean Combs, P Diddy, I'll Be Missing You. You know, with Faith
Yeah,
Evans, and once Biggie had passed, you know, so that was one that always used to come on. But as you said, like they were like movie scenes, you know, like
right.
you see, and even to go on this, you know, we spoke about this even like on our last one, when we talked about these music videos that were made for the movie, you know, these specific
Yeah,
movie videos and that. Why do you think that changed so much, man? Like when a big movie would come
because
out,
really, yeah,
yeah, you know, they would
we
have
live in
this
a
like
different time.
yeah, they used to have this music
They don't care about.
videos.
I don't think they care
Yeah.
as much as like back in the day.
Mm-hmm. You understand? It's just very different. It's very different. You know, I was recently watching for the Christmas. I watched Mask of Zorro. So it's a cool like
Hmm.
90s, you know, swashbuckling film, and it's like they had the music video with like Mark Anthony, which is this like big, you know, Latin American singer, and it's like the movie and the music video. It's like it works together.
Right.
You know, it cut the scenes. You know, just like how when White Man Can't Jump with Riff, you know, like doing the song. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
You know?
because you're excited. Like you were excited
Yeah.
when they made a music video for the movie. That'll get you like pumped for the movie. Like you'll
Yes.
see like Maya and Mace, and I
Oh,
forgot the other person that did the Rugrats
the
thing.
Rugrats team.
You'll
Yeah.
be like excited for the Rugrats movie.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah. Yeah.
you would be excited to see like Warren G and Nate Dogg, Reagan A. You would be
Yes,
ready
man.
for a Buck Rim.
Oh my. Ooh, tell me about it, bro. I'm even, you know
Yeah.
what comes to, I don't know if you heard this one. This was Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. They did this theme track for Deep Cover. I don't know if you've ever seen that film.
Yeah,
You know it.
don't stop.
Don't stop.
187 on the undercover cop. You cannot, hey, bro, you cannot find that song anywhere on the
Anyway,
streaming platform, bro.
bro,
That
even
was made for the movie.
even the movie is sometimes hard to find. I luckily have it, but like the movie and the soundtrack,
You cannot, or the
Ghost,
music video itself, you cannot find the music video anywhere unless
yeah,
someone like
like
copy it.
copies it and upload it, you know? But like,
Yeah,
bro, that was one of the
that
things
was
that
like
kind of
early Snoop.
early Snoop
That
that
was
launched
early
Snoop
Snoop with the
Dogg.
high top fade.
Yes. That was before Snoop
Dude, yeah.
Snoop
Or
Dogg,
gin and
Dogg.
juice, yeah.
Yes.
This was like a
Roll it
year
down the
before. Drink,
soaking in, no, sipping on gin
sipping
and
on
juice.
gin.
Lean back with my
Lay
mind and my
back.
money.
My mind, my money, my money, my mind. Man, Doggy Style. That's a classic
That's a
album.
classic album. You know, but bro, I'm so glad man, Deep Cover is like that soundtrack is so lit. You know, and it's like you watch it even in the
Bro.
credits. You know, like I remember how the movie used to. Once the movie finished, you had the credits. You know, and it's just the
Yeah, they
soundtrack
used to
was just
like play the song.
yeah,
Like Juice when
exactly.
the movie's over, you would hear
Yeah,
Naughty by
no,
Nature,
by nature.
Uptown Anthem.
Yes, yes, yes. You know what I mean? Same with the house parties, as we talked to the last
Yep.
episode, the house party official soundtracks, as soon as the credits hit, I don't know what you're gonna do.
What you
I
gonna
don't know
do?
what
I
I'm gonna
don't
hold
know
my
what
breath.
you gonna do. Oh, you would hear
Yes.
Funhouse, yeah,
Fun
up on the
House.
credits.
House
Yeah,
now, Space the Nation. That was one I forgot to mention. It was Space the Nation, Fun House, Too Hype. Yes, yes.
right.
It was just different time, man. You had to be there. Me and GQ, we say that all the time.
You
That's why we
had
do
to
our
be
retro
there,
movies,
man.
you know?
You had to be there.
Be there, man. But yeah. So like, you see, with the music videos, and it's like they had the TV shows. What was your like go to of the TV shows? From like Celebrity Deathmatch, MTV Cribs, Pimp My Ride, Wild and Out. The list goes
So my
on and on and
go-to,
on.
hey man, my go-to shows on MTV because they play like new episodes. It was either Thursday or Sunday.
Right.
So my go-to shows were when I was a kid. It was Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity
That was
Deathmatch.
that was a
Yeah.
must watch. Then
Yes.
like during like middle school, high school, it was Wildin' Out, Pimp My Ride,
Right.
Punk. Hey,
Punk.
Punk was
Oh
that
my God.
show.
How
Your
did I
Kutcher.
forget Punk?
Punk was that
Punk.
show.
MTV Punk.
My,
That show.
hey, when they, hey, my favorite moments from Punk when they punked Jadakiss, Bernie Mac.
Oh.
They punked
Kanye West. They
Kanye
got
West.
young Kanye
Yes,
West. We can walk for
when he was
everyone.
doing the
We can
Touch the
walk for
Sky
everyone.
video.
Yeah.
No, was it the Touch the Sky
No,
video
it
or
was
Jesus
Jesus Walks.
Walks?
Jesus Walks.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
He
he
said you don't
like
have a permit.
it's like
You don't have a Sunday
he's so
permit. And I know
stupid,
you're
like
filming
man.
about Jesus.
Yes, yes. Kanye West was like, yeah, Kanye West episode that was like top three
That was
moments from
top
Punk.
three. Yes, yeah, man. Jada
When they punked Carmel Anthony.
Carmel, yeah, when he brought the young girl, the teenage
Yes.
girl.
I don't know what the crew said to him. And he said something to piss Carmel
Yeah,
Anthony off. He was like, man,
yeah.
who the fuck are you
Who you
talking to?
talking
I'm
to?
like,
Yo,
dying.
and he's so tall. He's like looking down. He was like looking like,
This
yeah,
was Carmel Anthony this is rookie Carmel Anthony.
yeah.
This is like in his rookie year when they punked him. Like,
Before,
yeah.
yeah. Oh man,
Oh
did
man,
you see the one? Did you see the one as well with Shaquille O'Neal? He got punked.
yes,
You
yeah,
see-
yeah.
when he took his parking spot, and
Oh man.
he's
They
like
punked Bernie Mac and like
punk.
you can't you can't punk the Mac,
You
baby.
can't put the
Like
back, yeah.
you can't punk the Mac.
That was it's so good you mentioned that, because it really fell out of my memory. Punk was the main one
Punk,
for
yeah,
MTV. From season one to season, like I think it was 7 seasons, that was
yeah.
they one time punked Outcast, like they drove the limo into like the store and they had this helicopters and
Oh man, they got everyone from Beyonce to
yeah.
Marion to everyone.
Yeah, Halle Berry,
Halle
what's up, Halle
Berry.
Berry? Did you say
Oh
Omarion?
God,
Omarion's one.
Omarion,
The
B2K.
dad. Do you
Yeah,
remember
they
the
punked
dad when he came in?
Omarion.
He was in that. He was in the pool party on the floor, and the dad came. He's like, "What are you doing? Who are you? You're a famous singer. Who are you? Who is this guy?"
Oh, they they punked Brandy and Ray J. No, they
Yeah,
punked Brandy.
they put
Brandy was
Brandy
like almost crying.
with the
Yeah,
diamonds. With the stolen diamonds.
yeah. Oh God.
Oh,
Punk was at one of the greatest like
yeah.
MTV shows of all time.
I swear, man.
Oh,
Honestly, like that was, Ashton Kutcher, man. Like, I like the biggest fan of Ashton Kutcher, but I do thank him for Punk. Like that's
yeah.
that's the
I thank
only
him for that, and guess who?
guess who,
But
Bernie
yeah,
Mac,
those two.
of course,
Yeah,
But like, yeah, even Ashton Kutcher, he punked Zoe Saldana. The one who
yeah,
was, yeah.
man. Hey,
Oh,
MTV, Viacom, whatever. Put Punk on streaming service, please.
where
Please put Punk on streaming service.
Yeah, I mean, I had I think the 3 seasons of Punked. I like ripped them,
Yeah.
off this because I used to record them when this is back, guys, when I had the DVD player. I used to record an
CDs,
episode. Yeah,
CDs. I got the
you
Punk.
punked
I got the
me,
Punk
and
episode,
you actually
baby.
punked. Yeah. So I used to record the off DVDs, then I would like put it onto my computer at the time when I was still in UK. So like I used to watch Punk religiously, man. That was hilarious.
Right.
Hilarious show. I used to love Punk. So we got like Punked. Like if we say that's numero uno, what would be
Hey,
like
we're gonna say that for last, bro. We're gonna say
all
that
right,
for last. We're gonna do our
we'll,
top five for
we'll
each
do
channel
yeah,
last. Yeah.
we'll leave
Our
that for
top
last.
favorite like moments or shows. But
Sure.
yeah.
No problem, no problem. All right, so seeing as we talked about the TV show, so we mentioned like MTV Punk, Wildin' Out, Celebrity Deathmatch. We're gonna talk a bit more
Yeah.
about like go for it. What did you think of the Pin My Ride?
Am I
Like
right?
with Exhibit.
X. X. What you see is what you get now. Oh man, what did I think about Pimp My Ride, man? Pimp My Ride was like one of my favorite shows on MTV. Probably like number two.
Too.
Yeah.
Right.
Pimp My Ride came on like Thursdays.
Yes.
It's really helped Exhibit's career.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really
because
boosted him.
he was
But he was a rapper.
yeah,
He was like he wasn't
yeah,
50 Cent, or even though I don't like him that much, Ja Rule. He wasn't like at that level. But with the show,
yeah,
with the show, it did boost his popularity.
yeah.
You know,
That in that scene from 8 Mile really like boosted his like acting career. But Pimp
exactly.
My Ride, I love Pimp My Ride, man. It
Yeah,
started off Exhibit just saying this is X to the Z.
yeah.
And
You
I'm
know,
about to Pimp My Ride.
Pin My
Then I
Ride,
love
man.
his like entrance.
Yeah, bro.
Then he's like, man,
I don't know if you ever, I don't know if you ever knew this, GQ, like when, because I was still at UK at the time, they had a Pimp My Ride London. I don't know if you ever knew, I
oh
don't know if they showed
really?
this, yeah. I was still watching, one time I got confused because I was about to tune in, I had my remote, about to tune in Pimp My Ride, they said Pimp My Ride London edition. And I was like, what is this, man? I keep
Yeah,
forgetting, man.
they were trying to milk the show.
Yeah. So they had like they may even had one in over Europe, but I always remember that they had they had some famous DJ in London, who did it there, So, but yes, so you had
And we be seeing these cars, man. Like,
yeah,
yo, I heard you love fishes. Check this out. We're gonna
yes,
put this
One of them I saw that they put a PlayStation. They put a PlayStation just after the stick. You know the gear stick. The rims, oh my gosh, it was insane, man. I think that influenced Fast and Furious, like the Pimp My Ride series. I think honestly, man, what they were doing to these cars, man, it was some man, some crazy stuff.
It's like we heard you like fishes. We're gonna put the whole Atlantic Ocean in your car.
Yeah,
We're gonna put the whole 18-inch fish tank, in your trunk.
Thank you, Exhibit, for pimping my ride. You see after.
Yeah, man, that's another show made me.
Yeah.
Put my ride on streaming service, man.
Right, definitely all of them. And I'd say another big one, of course. What did you think of? Because as you said, we're gonna rank all these after like these shows that came out on these music video channels. What did you think of Nick Cannon, Wild 'N Out, the series?
Oh man, that was another show I grew up on, Wild 'N Out.
Yes,
because maybe the new generation is more familiar, like the new Wild 'N Out with like DCY, Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, everyone. But I grew up on Wild 'N Out when there was Cat Williams, Young Crockett,
D-Ray Davis,
Davis, Corey
Miller, Cat,
Mikey Day,
Key Day, and he
OG cast.
Yeah, Michael Blackson even appeared in a few of the early ones. From Friday. you motherfuckers! You
look like a playhead who sold me the sheets.
Try again.
What the fuck is this? Try again, motherfucker.
Try again, motherfucker.
Like, you know who you fucking with.
Oh my god!
Like an ugly ass black dude. I'm like, try again, motherfucker.
Try again, Woody Mandela. Try again.
It's like, I go post on your ass. Like, you don't get your black ass off.
And he just chucked it.
Like, oh shit.
I can get you.
Like, I can't get you with this.
I'm just a bitch ass. Oh, next Friday, man. That's one of the funniest scenes from the movie.
That's the funniest scene, yeah.
100, man.
But what I think about Wild 'N Out, when I first watched Wild 'N Out, of course, I was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
The show was supposed to be like comedy improv, freestyle.
Just on the spot, like freestyle. Yeah. Like freestyle comedy.
I swear they be writing the jokes.
Oh right.
I swear they be writing those jokes before they record.
They do. Like, maybe they do rehearsals.
Hype, man.
Yeah, they do like their rehearsals.
Don't believe the hype.
They can't do that live. They can't do that live.
Right.
Like, on point all the time, man. Like,
cut the scene so
exactly. Any bro, this. Any like weekly television show gets produced. So it goes through a lot of like cuts, a lot of like outtakes. As we do in our YouTube videos, we have stuff we gotta cut. We gotta chop.
Man, y'all think we do this in one take? Like, I must be crazy.
Nah, man. Like the off times we go live, if we go live on like YouTube or Instagram. But most of the time for edited, we gotta like to take after take just to get the right feel.
Right.
Final product,
Yeah, don't believe the hype. Like freestyle improv, like y'all have writers.
Yeah, it's your favorite. They
what I appreciate back then. What I appreciate about the old Wild 'N Out, they had skits. Like Cat Williams had skits. Like the Judge Mo Dollars.
Yes. I love Cat Williams.
Courts and motherfucking session. Like Judge Mo Dollars.
Yeah. The skits were really cool. Like I really it just worked well in the show, But it started to change later because I think, especially with Wild 'N Out, from what I saw in later episodes, they tried to bring more guest stars. Rather than focus on the main guys who are on every week. It was like, okay, we got to get Terry Crews. We got to get.
About that is, bro, like the guests, they don't be doing nothing.
Yeah.
They
So
just here for a show, for an appearance. I'm like, why is he here? Like,
just come in the last minute to like we'll probably get a verse or two, but
hey, did you
like
see when Azalea Banks was on Wild
I
'N Out?
didn't see that one. I will have
And do
to
you
check
see
that.
like
Oh,
everyone was like roasting her, and she was
okay.
like in her feelings, and she kept just taking it personal,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
she kept going after DC.
Yeah, a side note, like with like my opinion on Azealia Banks, I think she's someone who's super insecure. Like I'm just keeping it
Yeah,
real, like
yeah,
she's always spewing out hate. Do you know what I mean? Like
right. She's not
different,
known for her music. She's just known
yeah,
for doing
yeah,
ignorant stuff and just
all the time.
going back and forth with other artists. I'm like,
Exactly, like I know Iggy Azalea is not the best rapper, but she like legit flatline hates her.
she
And
has
I'm just
she
yeah,
has a
like
number 1 hit. At least Iggy
yeah,
catalog backs up for herself. Azalea
exactly.
Banks, she had nothing to show.
Nothing, what I mean? And she reminds me of some of those like internet trolls, like if there was a first, yeah, we know about it.
Internet troll.
Internet trolls.
Oh man.
That's what I feel with her, But yeah, enough of Azealia, man. Like, yeah. So want to make this a happy podcast, I don't kind of make it.
Right. Hey, we have to keep it real though. But yeah.
Yeah, just gotta keep it 100. But yeah, so while it out, man, and another big feature, the MTV VH1, they had the award shows. So this is going way back to like where the early 90s. They had the MTV
Yeah.
Movie Awards, they had the Music Awards, they had the Source Awards. The
Right.
award shows. What did you think with the what was your first impressions with the award shows? That were
Award
on
shows.
MTV's. Yeah,
I know we're going. My first award show I ever watched. We're going to talk about this channel later, but my
sure.
first award show was the BET Awards,
BET Awards. Yes.
the one in 2003
Mo-
Monique hosted. Yeah,
Monique. Right, right,
yeah.
right.
This was the 2003, so 50 Cent was like on top,
on fire. Yeah, yeah,
dominating.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dominating,
he won
killing
like
it.
best new artist
Yeah,
and best rap artist, so he was killing it.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
was my first like award show I
Right.
ever watched. Then the following year, I watched the BET Awards '04. This is when Rick James was on it. Like, I'm Rick James, bitch. Yeah,
Chappelle Show.
yeah.
Chappelle
I don't
Show.
know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know who he was directing that towards. I heard it was directed towards Beyonce or Raven Simone.
Oh,
One of those two,
right.
because those two were hot.
At
Yeah,
the
because
top.
Raven Simone, she had That's So Raven.
Yes,
Beyonce was on
yes.
top, but Rick
With
James,
crazy in
yeah,
love. Did
yeah,
Beyonce? She as big as 50 Cent was, bro. In the early 2000s, Beyonce was she was
yeah,
hitting that momentum, man. That album when she's
yeah,
like, yeah, I think it's called Crazy in Love. When the seven
yeah,
girls they're walking on the street and they're doing like the dance,
yeah.
and Jay Z appears in it. She was on
Yeah,
fire.
Beyonce been on top since Destiny Child,
Yeah,
since Think. Yeah,
exactly.
but yeah, like for that award show, I remember that moment when Rick James said, I'm Rick James, bitch." Then a few days later, he died.
Oh man. And there was
Yeah, I'm
still
like,
that's nuts, man. And it's funny you mention it's like, when we talked about like Robin Harris, like after like House
yeah,
Party just got made, and then like, you think like, oh, this is gonna like catapult him, straight and
right,
he passed. And I know with Rick
yeah,
James, the skit was running on Chappelle's show, Charlie Murphy's
yeah.
True Hollywood
Charlie
Stories.
Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. What did the five fingers say to the face?
Like, but yeah, like man, like I remember watching that as a kid. Then a few days later, boom, he died. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but for like MTV awards, I can't remember
Yeah.
when was the first time I watched an MTV award. But I know they were monumental.
Right. Like for process for me at least, the MTV award I remember the most was this was the time the Spider-Man film came out. So like, I did the review, just cheap plug. I did the review of
Yeah.
Spider-Man for
Go
my
check out
channel.
his Spider-Man review.
Yeah, no doubt. When that movie came out, bro, it was like a phenomenon. There was
Yeah.
Spider-Man everywhere. They were even showing more reruns of the '90s
The
Spider-Man
night Spider-Man.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they
Then
even.
MTV had
Oh,
a
bro, I was just
Spider-Man.
gonna say they made a new Spider-Man show
A
for
year later,
MTV.
yeah.
I was like, what is going on? So I because I'm always been a fan of Spider-Man. I was watching the MTV Spider-Man, watching the '90s one, and still watching the movies. But MTV Movie Awards, this is where I go. They had like Jack Black and I think Sarah Michelle Gellar, so the girl who was in Buffy.
Yeah.
They hosted the MTV Movie Awards. I think it was 2002. And it's like they like in Living Color, they like did parodies of like Spider-Man in the movie, man. You can see on YouTube, folks, man. It's pretty cool. But that was like my first experience of the movie. Then from that, I start watching like every year after the
Oh
movie
yeah.
awards. So it was dope. It was dope, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, but like what I didn't know, bro. Like when I first watched it, I didn't know they had one just for movies, and then they had just one for music. I thought they were the
Oh
same.
yeah. The MTV Movie Awards.
Yes. Then they had the
Yeah.
music awards. What did you think? I know you've seen this. Remember, as you said, early 2000s, 50 Cents, Curtis Jackson. He was everywhere. He had the game. He had the video game. I remember, Bulletproof for the PS2. You remember?
Yeah.
There was one time on the I don't know, I got it confused if this was the Grammys or the music awards, but like 50 Cent was supposed to win an award, but they gave it to the band, the rock band called Evanescence. I don't know if you ever remember this. Like he got
Nah.
I don't think. But basically what happened was 50 Cent thought he was gonna win the award, and then the other band ended up winning it. So he went on stage and he basically shook the hands of all of them and he went back down. He was like, how could these not win it? Yeah, like he got snubbed.
Wow.
Yeah. You can see this on it's still on YouTube. If you just
I'll
type
have to check it out. I'll
no.
have to check it out because man, these award shows,
Yeah.
they be thinking you'll be winning, but when it comes to that time,
someone else wins it. I remember even if we talk
Kanye
about
West.
Yeezy, this is before Yeezy.
Like I'm gonna stop you right there, Rich.
Oh, go for it, man. Give me the floor.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Rich. But Beyonce had the most. Beyonce had the best music video of all time.
Bro.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Taylor Swift.
I will always remember at that time because I had just made like I think Twitter. Twitter was like I just made like a Twitter account. So I didn't know what the heck it was. I just made my account. The news feed at that time, this is like 2010, 2011, it was just Kanye West. Pink feels of Kanye West. Obama calls Kanye West a jackass. Just Kanye West was trending everywhere. But like, what did you feel with that? Like Kanye's like, because that's really one of the first moments you saw like how Kanye's character is. Yeah, like that.
I was all for it. I'm like, yo, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Kanye was, because this was what, 2009? This
2009.
Happened after, like, because his mom died. His mom died, like, a year before.
Exactly.
And this is like, what, 808 Heartbreaks?
Yeah.
This is before, like, my Twisted Fantasy, Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Just before that. Yeah. So it was
so Kanye West was like on top during that time.
At that time, like
and he was like, really just
it was
really
just
rocking with Beyonce like that. I'm like, okay, Beyonce doesn't have to win all the time.
You know what I'm saying? We all know Beyonce is great. You understand?
Yeah,
But
Queen
like
Bee.
Queen Bee,
Yeah.
she get it. But to do that, and that girl, that was like her first, album. She was like maybe 18,
Mhm.
19, and he stormed the stage to do that, man. And it's like, if
And
you,
you think she blew up after that?
I would definitely
Like
say
really blew like Taylor Swift was Taylor Swift after.
after that, I mean, she does have to. How can I say? It did help her in some way, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Because it's like I always say this in
Would you
show
say it was
business.
good publicity?
There's no such thing as bad publicity, in my
Yeah.
opinion. You know what I mean?
Right.
Donald Trump even said this. He didn't care how he got his message. He was just like, bro, as long as like they're talking about me, I'm winning. You understand? That's
Right.
so I feel like that. Like I think it did help her career wise,
Yeah.
but it was unnecessary. Kanye didn't need
Yeah.
to do that. That's just many. That was like,
Another
yeah.
another moment, MTV moment. Jay Z and Alicia Keys they performed on stage, and Lil Mama
Yes.
came up on stage. This
Yeah.
lip gloss of Lil Mama.
Yes.
Hey, what you know about me? What
Well,
you know about me?
is that
Lil
when
Mama.
is that when Alicia Keys was performing? Because I remember seeing Jay Z and
Yeah.
Alicia Keys. She was performing Empire State of Mind. The New
Yeah.
York one. That was the one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. And here comes Lil Mama,
Yeah.
like just standing right next to them.
Yeah.
I think Lil Mama's career was never the same after that.
Yeah.
Like I know she did I know she was on the TLC movie,
Yes.
but
Yes.
you really never heard too much
After.
music
Nah.
from her
Not from that. No.
because
Like
she was on the rise. She was on the rise.
yeah. Some of them were. They call this thing called career like suicide. Like it could just be like just one moment that could just like destroy your career. It's
Right.
like after that, it just felt like, nah, she never that,
Like do you think Jay Z ruined her career? Like had something to do with it? Like
Yeah,
put some strings
put some
in
strings
the
like
back
behind. It's very
behind the
hard,
scenes.
bro. From like seeing like these music it's hard to say the music movies, but from seeing like Straight Outta Compton, I've
Yeah.
understand that the music business, and even if you watch shows, how can I even forget about this one? Do you remember Behind the Music that played on MTV?
Yes,
So
behind the
yes,
music.
bro,
Yes.
shout out to that show. It what behind the music, because if those who haven't seen it, Behind the Music did like each like music artist, like it did like a
Yeah.
documentary on each
Yeah.
artist, from
It's
like Vanilla Ice to
it's like
MC Hammer Milli Vanilli.
unsung.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like that before. So with that being said, you were saying like Jay-Z possibly pulling strings. This music business is not a fair
It's
game.
shady.
Very shady. Uh,
Yeah. I learned I know my
yeah.
music career wasn't like big, but I've seen like shady stuff,
I
like doing music. So
yes.
I'm speaking
From
from
someone
experience.
who's been like
Yeah.
a musician, you get it. Yeah.
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 I totally think I just like from seeing from especially when I was seeing the documentaries behind the music and even later on song, there's a lot of these like executives and it's like they kind of
Hmm.
manage you like puppets,
Right.
yeah.
Just yeah, for all you music heads, all you artists,
Yeah.
for all you artists, just read what you're about to like sign yourself into. Like read all your contracts and stuff,
Yes.
because you never know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. Well, man, like what the episode that really was like supposed to be. I don't know if you ever saw the Milli Vanilli, who were this like big
Yeah,
group, but they never actually sang. You know,
yeah.
they
They
were
lifting, yeah,
lip syncing. So they were very popular. Like around the same time Kid and Play were big, they were also
oh yeah,
hugely successful. Then they found out later that they didn't sing like not one note on any of their albums, and they won a Grammy. This is what was so bad. They won a Grammy in 1990, and they had to return the Grammy back to them. You know,
wow. That's
sad.
messed up. Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But what did you think? Did you watch like a lot of the Grammy shows? GQ, like with the Grammys?
Um, I watched a few. I watched a
Yeah,
few Grammy shows. Like I remember watching the one when Kendrick Lamar didn't win for Good Kid, Mad City,
that's a
because he
track,
lost to Malcolm Moore. Yeah, Good
and
Kid, Mad City is a classic,
that's a
like a
classic. I
2010 classic.
bro, as you know, bro, I'm not like the biggest fans of the newest artists. You know what I mean? Like
And
I'm just
Kendrick
keeping
was
it
that
real. But
guy.
Kendrick Lamar
Kendrick is
is
still
my
that guy.
my
Yeah,
guy, man. I'm like, man,
yeah,
anyone who's a fan of like the original hip hop, like they will say, like if I listen to these new artists, it's Kendrick for sure.
yeah. Because
So
Snoop passed the torch to Kendrick. I watched a video where there was like on live on stage. He's like, "Hey man, you're next." Like
yes,
all the West Coast artists, there was on one stage.
yeah,
You had Snoop, The Game, Corrupt. Then you had like young Kendrick.
yes.
Snoop like, yo man, like this is yours, and Kendrick's like crying on stage because
He
he
was,
got that
yeah.
love, the love that
He
was
could feel
shown.
it, you know what I mean? And bro, as you even mentioned, that was an A-list of like rappers, Snoop Dogg,
Yeah,
Corrupt, The Game, and they're saying you're the next one, you know. But
yeah,
I don't know what it was, man. There was this time, like, all right, like going into the 2010s, I kept on seeing Macklemore, you know, on
like thrift
MTV.
shop.
I'm
Like
like,
you mean to tell me
yeah.
thrift shop won against Good Kid, Mad City?
As you said, and we both talk about it, the music business is very shady, man, from behind the scenes. Like you don't know what's getting promoted more than the other, you know. So
Right.
there it is. It's just no fair. There's no fairity in that, man. You know. So yeah, Macklemore, man. But yeah, so like Grammys was a big deal as well, you know. And we talked about like the thing. So like definitely this is the perfect time now with like BET, you know, because I'll keep it real. When I was back in the United Kingdom, I came
Hmm.
to BET late because they had a few other channels where they used to put like the let's say like the black sitcoms, you know.
Right.
It's like they had this channel called Trouble. You know, if anyone's in the United Kingdom,
Hmm.
they'll know this. So they used to put that, you know. It was only when out because I was coming to America, you know, back and forth, you know,
Right.
as I said, you know, I knew about BET when I got to the States. You know, I was like, what's this channel? I don't have this in, you know, UK, you know, and it's like, you know, I was introduced to BET, you know, like 106 Park, you
Yeah.
know, and the award shows, you know, how was it? That was my like experience with BET, but what was
Yeah.
it? What was BET with you, GQ, man?
So yeah. Just a quick. Very quick because BET was a channel. I forgot who started BET, but at the time, like in the '80s, MTV only played like a few black artists. Like
Oh,
Michael Jackson was the first video, was the first like black artist MTV played.
yes,
It was either
yes.
like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. That's
Whitney
all they like
Houston,
played.
yeah, and these are like
Yeah,
the. Sorry to
but
cut
it
you
was
off,
like
GQ. Those were
predominantly
like the.
like white artists.
Yeah, those were like
Yeah,
the top.
back in the
Whitney
day.
Houston and
So
Michael Jackson. Those were the top of like black stars. Yeah.
yeah, so that's all you would see on MTV. But that's why BT like was created so give like all like black artists a chance like play all their music videos. So, but my introduction with BT, yeah, BT was like the channel we always had on.
Yeah.
It was either like BT or yeah, BT, MTV, those two channels we always be watching.
Mm-hmm.
But first, all right, what do I remember watching on BT when I was a kid? Like Rap City, Rap City
Ah,
in the basement,
I loved
4
Rap
o'clock
City,
after school, watch
bro.
Rap City at the time. Yeah, No Limit. You'll see a No Limit video. You see like Masterpiece, Silk the Shocker. You'll
Yeah.
see a Snoop Dogg
E40,
video.
E40. You remember E40?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You'll see Jay Z video. Jay Z's video was like
Yeah.
always on Rap City. Then I love the interviews.
Yeah.
Then I really love like the
Please,
freestyle in the
GQ.
basement. Yeah,
Would you think? Because I loved Rap City, and I think it took a while for it to get something that was like a successor to Yo MTV Raps.
yeah,
That was on MTV like early 90s. With
yeah.
it. Yeah, I never watched Yo MTV Raps till after.
Right,
It's
same
like,
here.
yeah, it's just like I
Like
was
Direct Effect was like the first hip hop show I watched on MTV
right, right, right.
because they will play after like TRL like at 6:30.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was nice, to see like because once your MTV Raps ended, which was like mid 90s, like
Yep.
there was nothing until Rap
Right.
City, came out
Yeah.
on BT, and I loved. I did a review for your MTV Raps too, Raps as well. If anyone's seen it, I used to love watching when all these rap stars came, man. Like it's got footage of
Right.
Tupac when he was promoting Poetic Justice. He had the, you know,
When you yes,
you know
I was a
it.
menace to the Hugh brothers.
Yeah, I was a
I
menace
was
to
a menace
the.
to the Hugh brothers.
Yeah, I
That
caught
was my
those
favorite
chumps.
moment.
I caught those chump punk slums. Know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, you see Ed Lover like trying to
Yeah.
like grab Tupac, like, yo, shh. Like, no, I was a menace to the Hill brothers. I was a
I'm gonna
menace to
peek
the
them
Hill
behind
brothers.
again. I'm gonna peek them behind again.
I'm like, man, like, yo, these dudes like directing your earlier videos, like, dang.
Thing, but like as you said, man, I love Tupac, but he was out of control. Like a lot of
Yeah,
the guys who were
he was
close to him,
wild.
he was wild. It was just it's like he had these mood swings. Like he could just be one way,
Right.
they
It
could
wasn't
be.
until after like his second album
It's like things like just
to like I Get Around. Yeah.
yeah, the velocity with
Uh,
Tupac just changed. Yeah,
oh yeah.
fast. He was living. He
After
was
Juice
yeah,
Poetic Justice.
yeah.
That was my favorite era of like Tupac,
Yeah, yeah. I
like
mean,
the Above the Rim
above
Tupac.
the rim. I loved him, and as I said, man, I loved him in the movies. You know what I mean? Poetic
Yeah.
Justice, Above the Rim, Bullet. As he talked about, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, his videos. But it was, yeah, he was. I think if you do live that fast life, it comes with
Right.
consequences.
They'll catch up to you.
It catches up, and it was
Yeah.
getting his. But yeah, that was Rap City was a nice way to kind
Rap
of
City was
was
that show.
spiritual. It was a nice successor
Big
for your
Tigger.
MTV Raps, yeah. For without a doubt. But
Big
we be
Tigger in the basement.
yes, just like yeah, that.
And what else? And 106 and Park. That was
I was
another
just gonna
show.
say that. What did you think
After
of
Rap City. After Rap City was 106 and Park.
106
5
apart?
o'clock.
What did you think of the because 106 Park? It had that format of they would
Different
bring guests
eras.
on. Yes,
Yeah.
they bring guests on and they would talk
Yeah.
about like the latest, like the latest track, the newest music artist,
The latest
and
movie.
yeah, this is like possibly
Yeah,
before
106 and
what?
Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before what? Like like Complex. Now there's that Complex like
Yeah.
magazine. That's possibly what that
Yep.
was before, where they announced like what is the main thing going now in the hip hop, like
Right.
culture and that, so that was fun. But what did you think of 106 Park, altogether?
106 and Park. I really love 106 and Park. Like when AJ and Free hosted, a lot of
Right.
memories from 106 and Park. It was excited to see your favorite Jay Z video, your
Yeah, yeah,
favorite
yeah.
Kanye video, favorite R&B video. Um, yeah, man, those were memories, man. That 2002, 2003 era is like when you had your PS2,
Oh
and
man,
then once you're done, once you're done playing the
you could just
PS2,
play
then
that.
106 apart. I'm telling you, like when I had NBA Street Volume 2, that's
Yeah.
when 50 Cent took over the rap scene. You'll
Yes,
see
yes.
PIMP on 106 and Park. You will
Yeah.
see
It was everywhere.
20 Questions. Yeah, he was everywhere.
Those were the
Yeah,
days.
I like miss that era. Yeah,
yeah. Just to say
but
that,
yeah, 106 Park was that show.
yeah,
And it gave like young people a chance to like
yeah,
shine too.
yeah. Sure. Like one thing I love, like I said, that's what 106 and Park did. I think that's kind of what Arsenio Hall did in the late 80s and early
Hmm.
90s. He was bringing these rap stars, who were
Right.
never getting their kind of shine.
Yep.
You understand? You'd never see like Tupac on Letterman or like Naughty by Nature
Right.
or Jay Leno. Actually getting interviewed as a guest. They would just be like the
Right.
musical performance.
Music performance. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was so nice to see Arsenio Hall do that, like bring his people,
Oh yeah.
on to the whole world. Because Arsenio Hall show was doing big numbers before it got cancelled.
Right.
It was like a hot ticket to be on the show.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So definitely 106 Park, definitely similar to how Rap City carried on like your MTV Raps. I feel 106 Park in some way they carried
It
on
was
a
a
bit of the
TRL.
yeah, and the TRL they carried on like the Arsenio Hall
Yeah.
format, bringing stars. You know what I mean? So definitely, man. So
Yeah. Then they
man,
had like, oh, if your video was on like 65 days, then they retire video. Same like what TRL did. Like if your
yes,
video's on like 50 days, it'll
yeah.
get retired.
Yeah. That's it. And bro, that was another thing which was good. On even on like if you go like back to MTV, what I used to love is they used to show like what was the top album or the top like a song at the time. But they showed the
Right.
Billboard like top 100.
Yeah.
So you always like up to date,
Oh
like
yeah.
who is the top artist, what's the number one playing song.
Oh yeah.
It was a great time, and
It
yeah,
was.
it was just a thing. So, bro, like, man,
And
like,
another thing.
yeah, go for it.
Oh, another thing about BT. It really had shows for like youth, like Teen Summit.
Right.
Um, yeah, the new BT News.
Yes,
Like, then you have your show, like you have your shows like syndicated shows
yes.
back then, and yes, similar like MTV. BT was at one point they played nothing but videos.
Videos,
Like,
yes. It was just like it was just like it really adopted what MTV and like even VH1 were doing of like just like a whole, but it was music videos for like our community. As MTV was showing more of like
right,
very diverse, showing rock, pop, a bit of hip hop, you know what I mean? But it's like, as you said even before, like, back in the day, imagine Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston were just like, they were the first like who opened the
right.
door to get on that. So it's
No,
changed.
speaking of Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
I remember when he passed. I was watching 106 in Park, and they just like started the show. I think there was on their like they're doing that countdown. There was like on their number 9 video. Then after
Yeah.
they showed their video, they stopped the show and they said, "Hey, Michael Jackson passed away." I was like,
Yeah.
"What?"
It was
Then they
groundbreaking.
like they like yeah. I think they like, "Hey man, we're just going to like cancel the show for today." They played
Yeah.
nothing but Michael Jackson videos for a week.
Mm-hmm. Can
Yeah, that
imagine.
was like a sad moment.
Yeah. I mean, like, say what you want about Michael Jackson, but he was one of the artists who he was like bigger than even like
He was bigger than
life.
music,
He was
man.
bigger than
Yeah,
music. He was larger than life. So when he left, it's
yeah,
like everyone remembers how like Michael Jackson touched, like people. You understand? So like they could feel
yeah.
that. Something no one's ever been able to do. But yeah, that was a
Right.
big deal. So, but yeah. So, all right, man. To sum it all up, what would definitely we mentioned this earlier. We're gonna give like our best moments, from all these. So from MTV, BET, VH1, even though sure,
VH1.
yeah, I did a shout out to
Hey, what do you
VH1.
think about those dating shows on VH1?
And man, bro, like it showed a lot of like the stuff from the 70s. The way they used the Soul Train. The Soul Train when they just
Oh yeah,
like, yeah. So like I used to it was fun. I learned about Marvin Gaye from VH1, like
Yeah,
the way artist and that. But I think it was a cool channel. Most of my parents were always watching VH1 because that was their time. Yeah,
right.
but I was the MTV generation, that late 80s, early 90s, but
Yeah,
there was a few times I would still, go back and watch VH1, see the Jackson 5, you know.
right. To me, VH1 was that secondary channel or that step cousin or that
It's
cousin channel.
yes,
Yeah, I would watch like you said, the Michael Jackson
yeah,
movie, like the Jackson movie, the
the
Temptations
Jackson movie,
movie, the House
yeah.
Party movie.
House Party, exactly.
Yeah,
So it was a great way to go back to memory just to see what was before, like in the eras of the 50s and 60s. So yeah,
right.
VH1 and that. So yeah,
Another thing about VH1, I used to love the top 100 greatest rap songs of
yeah,
all
yeah,
time,
yeah,
hip
yeah,
hop
yeah.
songs. I used to love those type of
Yeah,
countdowns.
yeah. That was that even with MTV. That was one of the biggest. That was another thing that was very common with the channels. They had like a countdown of like, the what's it like the top. I remember there was one of like the top best moments from the 90s, like the top, like they talked about Steve Urkel, Arsenio Hall, Fresh Prince. They had like
Yeah,
you remember
yeah,
that? Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
They had the top countdown of
Oh
like
yeah, I remember those. Yeah,
yeah, so many different countdowns of like movies, like the best like actors, best TV shows. So that was one golden thing with those shows is like
iconic moments of the 90s, 2000s.
yes, yeah, So there was so many. You had like you could go to the shows, and they also had the countdown. Then you had the award shows. Then on top of that, they had the music videos. You know,
Right.
it was a slamming time. But like with that being said,
Yeah, you just had to be there,
I
guys.
just had to be there, man. Honestly, just had to be there. So with that being said, what was your like top like if you say top five like best moments from like those shows those
Those
like
channels.
yeah, what would be like your best moments if
All
you had
right,
the top
all
five?
right. We're gonna start with MTV.
Okay,
Top five favorite moments, shows, MTV moments. So number five. This is not in
yeah,
any type of order. We're just
no, no.
gonna number five. I would say number five. I would put MTV Cribs.
Right.
Cause yeah, I used to love seeing their cribs.
Mm.
I love you would love seeing these different artists, seeing how they live, or even though they may look renty or something like that. Like you would see Redman's house. You would see Master P's house,
Right.
Lil Wayne's house.
Yeah,
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 that
yeah,
was interesting to watch.
yeah.
So number five, MTV Cribs. Number four, I will put Yo MTV Rap.
Reps. Yes.
Yeah. Um, Number three, and this is hard.
Not
This is
easy.
hard.
A lot of
Not
moments.
easy.
Mm.
I would say MT. No, I would say Punk.
Punk. Yeah.
Yeah,
Punk's is it's gotta be up there. Mm.
yeah. Number two, Pimp My Ride, of
Yeah.
course. And just number one, I would say Direct Effect. Just seeing all the
Yeah.
hip
Yeah.
hop. I would say, yeah, seeing all the hip hop videos on Direct Effect.
Right.
Just music videos in general on MTV. Because at one point, MTV, you they would play all the music videos They
Yeah.
would play nothing but music videos.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It definitely changed. It changed to one point where
Yeah,
they had like shows, they had countdowns, they had the documentaries, and they had the watch shows
yeah,
and the music videos. But then it just changed to like this reality.
right.
You know, they like the when you 16 and pregnant. That's one I always
Yeah.
see. Yeah,
Teen Mom.
yeah,
Teen Mom.
yeah.
Ridiculousness.
That's yeah. It's
But
like it shifted.
for like
It shifted from
it's
TV
shifted.
shows to more like reality based kind of
Right.
shows. You know, it's you know. So that was
Honorable mention, I would put Meet the Band. Meet the Band, honorable mention.
yeah. 100 real world as well.
Real world, yeah,
Yes, you got to
yes,
face.
sir.
Yeah. So man, but bro, I honestly would say my top five is possibly similar to yours. Like probably the only one I would change from the
Yeah.
Far Effect one, probably the Celebrity Deathmatch. You know, that was a show
Oh
really, yeah, I
yeah,
was really in
that
tune.
another not
Yeah, really in tune with that show, GQ. Yeah,
another honorable mention.
yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrity Deathmatch, of course, MTV Punked, you know, big fan of that. MTV Cribs, of course, Pimp My Ride. And I would definitely say Behind the Music, you know, the
Oh
documentary
yeah.
show, you know, I definitely loved that one because it's like it really saw like how these artists are behind the scenes. You know, I didn't know MC Hammer was
Right.
going broke, you know, until I knew
Oh yeah.
watched the show, you know. So yeah, that would definitely be like
And the MTV produced movies,
yeah,
like
yeah,
MTV films, they produce what? Get Rich or Die Trying,
yeah.
Hustle and Flow,
I love Hustle.
Say the Last Dance,
Mm-hmm.
the Wood.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. And you said even the TLC movie, but that was on BET, isn't it?
I think was it VH1? I
VH1?
think it was VH1. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They had a few ones. They had a TLC. I remember they had an MC Hammer one, like a TV based kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, hammer.
Hammer. Oh. Here comes the hammer. You know. So, but yes, man. But that was a great time. You know. So yeah. TQ. Like before we head out, any final thoughts of like the whole MTV boom? You know, VH1, MTV2, and even BET. You know, any closing
And,
you know, opinions on that time.
and that was just a great era to like
Yeah.
we grew up in. Um, it's just sad what music video like music channels have like came to be now. Like when you watch BET, all you see is like syndicated shows and
Yes.
Tyler Perry shows
Yeah.
and movies. That's what BET is pretty much. That's came to be. And MTV, you would just when you flip on MTV, you'll see nothing but ridiculousness and catfish, pretty much,
Yes. Exactly.
and
This
and Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. Yeah. There's a lot of South Beach. I think it's the Sweet Life in South. Yeah. There's a lot of those Coffee Cat. Like oh man,
Right.
you know, it's but yeah, I totally agree. There was a time like you know MTV was the place to be, and they did make effort to make all these shows stand out. You know, the Wild and Out, the MTV
Yeah.
Cribs, the Pimp My Ride. You know, so
I never
yeah,
understood the whole MTV2. Like, why do I have to pay extra money to watch
for it,
MTV2?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like
uh, there
what's different about this show
there was
compared to
so
what?
many. Yeah. At least they had to be like 4 or 5 MTV channels included because they had a VH+1. So like if you missed the show, you could watch it again
Like,
like an
why?
hour.
Like, you guys had Jackass,
Yeah.
which was like a mature show on
Yeah.
MTV. Why do I have to pay another like $40 to watch MTV2?
It was the only show I never watched was MTV Jackass. You know, I was I'm not a jackass, so I'm not gonna watch the show that's saying
No.
we Jackass.
Viva La Bam,
Yeah.
Jackass. I skip those shows.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good.
I
I always
was,
did like Robin Big though. Robin
yeah,
Big was cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And Ridiculousness.
yeah. You know what I mean? It's definitely, but yeah, for sure. There's so much a list. I think what would be cool. I definitely have to put a list of like the shows in the
Right.
you understand, like underneath the podcast, just in the details of just like some of the cool shows. Because I would definitely, as you said, I would love to go watch MTV Punk, the
Oh
original
yeah.
series again.
I'm telling you, put
Yeah,
Pump and Pit My Ride on streaming
yes,
service.
rather that, man. You heard that from GQ. So yes, folks. Thanks again for watching the third episode of the Retro Brothers podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we honestly thank you very much, for tuning into, the first two episodes and now onto this one, you know what I mean? So yeah, as I said, folks, because this is podcast, the best way, like, if you do have any kind of comments on the podcast, you can get in touch with us like on our, social media, which the links are, down below. So you can get in touch with us there. And as we all know, we're both YouTubers. We
Yes,
both do our reviews. We both do our content on our YouTube. So you can always get in touch with us, like on there as well. So yeah, folks. But that's definitely it. Really enjoyed this. Like I said, we were gonna start 2022 with a bang, as we said.
Bang.
Hey.
On your ass.
Oh yes, so yes, again, thanks again, and stay tuned for the next next episode. Which guess what?
Next
will be coming
week, y'all.
next week.
Next week, y'all.
All right, then. So, folks, so the next one is peace, and we'll catch you on next time. And me and GQ.
Next time.
We're out.
Signing out.